no. Blake Langley doesn't look like that. Get rid of this ghastly bald spot you've manufactured. Look at how wide you've made Blake Langley. You must have slipped with that brush. Just redo all of what happened last time on the Incorrigible body.
Okay, I'm gonna carry Thuft up to the woman and hold him out and say, "Fix Thuft."
Oh, and she's kind of bespectacled as she lowers them as you get right up to her. Hello, yes. Of course. Just, I'll quickly tend to this young man, and we'll get right to your Thuft, did you call it?
Gozer not happy. I think at this point I'm going to go on a rampage, and I'm just going to flip out, and I'm going to start destroying things in the church.
I'm going to put the note back, sneakily.
You want to put it back in his pocket?
Yeah.
That will require another sleight of hand.
You know what? No. I don't want the mayor to get that note. Never mind. Let me see. I'm going to chew it up and swallow it.
Ah, yes, Mr. Mayor Lakely.
Blake Langley. It's Mayor Blake Langley.
Blake, you say?
Yes, Blake Langley.
Like to be addressed as Blake?
I prefer the full name. Blake Langley.
I don't think Isabella's on the up and up, and I think we got to get the hell out of here relatively quickly, because if she comes here, I don't think we're going to make it to the tower.
Much better. Blake Langley approves. Now the adventure can continue.
Shaft, I'm kind of with you on that. I suspected that she was maybe up to no good, but why do you want to talk to her if that's the case?
I want to tell her that we're going to Victor.
Okay.
And I want you to tell her, because I think she trusts you.
Oh,
I think she might be a little bit upset with me running her tab up and stuff, but maybe you could convince her. I think she has a liking for you.
Well, I was starting to get a little bit of that vibe. It's subtle, but I think you might be right,
Subtle.
Shaft.
Now, we don't really have... I'm looking up at the... it's a nighttime now, you said, and dusk.
It's starting, yeah, the sun is kind of starting to set.
I'm going to say, if she started coming down here to Goldum after you talked to her, she could be here at any point in time, and I don't want to understate the importance of us getting the hell out of here.
Okay. Let me give it... How about this? I'll give it one shot to talk to her and try my luck at convincing her that we're on our way to meet her.
No. We're going to Victor, and we're on horses, and we're going there fast, and she can meet us at Victor.
Okay, gotcha. Sure, sounds good.
And be convincing.
Okay. So
no pressure.
So I take the iron token back from Shaft, and I kind of look at it, study it a little bit, flip it over, see if there's anything on the other side. Am I able to make an Arcana check to see if I can discover how this works, perhaps?
If you wanted full knowledge, you'd have to identify it.
Identify, okay.
But you can try to use it, and I'll get you to roll an Arcana check.
Okay. So I'm gonna... Last time it worked, I wasn't holding it up to my head or anything. So I'm just gonna try and focus and maybe channel a little bit of that feeling that I have when I'm using the message spell and see if anything happens. I'm gonna say, Dr. Good, Isabella?
You saying that out loud?
Well, I mean, I'm saying it in the way that I would say, in the way that I would speak if I was using the message spell. So I guess that would be in my head.
Is it okay? Let me just quickly look at the message then. It does say you whisper a message. If you're trying to mimic the message spell, it says you're pointing your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. It doesn't say anything about like telepathic communication. So if that's what you're doing, if you're whispering,
maybe I should make a history check and see if I remember exactly how I spoke through this token last time. Does that make sense?
You don't need to make a check for that. You know, like very distinctly, it was a strange feeling that the conversation was like you heard her voice in your head. It wasn't like somebody was like next to you whispering into your ear or anything.
Yeah.
Like the message spell would be like.
So I'm gonna think in my head.
Okay, so you're gonna try to talk to her just
telepathically.
Thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so you wait a couple seconds, maybe 10 seconds, and you get no response.
Okay.
So why don't you make me an Arcana check?
And the luck runs out. That is 10.
Okay, you don't quite know how this works, as you've never really seen something like it, and even Isabella herself, when she gave it to you, she had said it's kind of her own, like almost her own invention, basically. But you do recall her mentioning that you have to be within a certain distance to communicate. So I think you can infer that a reason that you may not be getting a reply is you may not be in the right distance, or she just might be ignoring you.
So I'm gonna say, Shaft, you know
She's
what?
ghosting you.
It's, for whatever reason it's not working. One of those reasons may be that we're not within range, which could mean that she's actually not on her way here. Or, another possibility is she's not answering or not allowing me to activate it somehow. I don't understand how this thing works. I know there's a range on it, or at least I got that impression when I was talking to Isabella. So I think our best bet is to carry on with the plan and hope she doesn't catch up to us if she is on her way.
All right. So you want to go to Magic and see if we can find one of these other boxes?
I mean,
or at least, there's no point in going to the tower if only one of us can get in.
Yeah.
To the zone.
We don't need to dilly-dally at Magic.
Let's go see what Magic.
Let's make a quick trip.
Magic has.
Okay, let's do it quick.
Where are we going?
Magic.
Oh, okay.
What is this place? What is this place, King?
You're gonna love it.
Oh, okay. Felt excited.
It's like a
Has
toy
good magic
store
items.
Oh, magic.
But with 2 more magics.
Oh, that's something. That's a lot of magic.
Yep.
That's more magic than this one have.
Yes. Yes.
This one useless, right, King? This one useless.
Do we know where this magic store is, or do we have to find someone to ask?
You could easily find someone. Like the streets again. Like remember, the very center of this city. Like it's almost like overpopularized. There's more overpopulated because everyone has kind of moved closer and closer into the center of the city. So like the population capita per square foot is to get denser and denser. So there's certainly plenty of folk on the street that you could ask for directions.
Okay.
And they'll point you the way to magic.
So whoever we see, I guess, we'll go up and ask for directions if they've heard of it.
Yeah, and they certainly everyone knows magic, and they give you directions. Magic is actually a little closer to kind of the outer perimeter of the city. Whereas the government building and the church were pretty well smack dab in the middle of Goldum. And maybe you're walking for another 20, 25-ish minutes as you're kind of coming back. Actually, the directions is kind of, you are moving like northward. Like if you're looking at the world map, it would kind of be northward in the city of Goldum. And you successfully find magic.
There you go, buddy. Go in there and find us some boxes.
Well, we all need these cubes, do we not? I've got one. You guys should probably come in and see if you can get a deal.
Gozer and Thuff should stay right here.
Gozer walks in the door.
And... Okay.
I look over at Shaft and I say, I'm not killing anybody, alright?
Historically, we have not done well in magic shops. But, okay.
I said I'd warn you. I'm warning you that
Thanks.
I'm not. And I walk right in.
Gozer walks up to the guy that's in there. You have box.
And I walk up beside her and pull out my cube to say, she's talking about one of these.
Well. Boy, howdy. And he kind of puts his hand out and, to take it from you so he can examine it.
You gonna let him take it?
I say, you better give that back.
No, I'm in the business of selling, not thieving.
Okay.
He kind of takes it.
It might be good for you to know that we're on business of the mayor, and it's in everyone in the city's best interest that we have what we need to complete our task.
And he takes the cube and kind of examines it. Well, where in tarnation did you get this? I've never seen anything like it.
You don't have box.
Great.
I'm afraid I don't have anything like this.
You have health potion?
Oh, I got plenty of those.
How much health potion?
Well, that would depend on what size you might be looking for. You want the big bang? The big bang's gonna be pricey.
How much?
Well, if you want the biggest size, that's gonna be 5,000 gold pieces.
No.
What?
No. Small.
Smaller. Well, the next range we got. I could let it go for 500.
Smaller.
Okay. 200.
I take out 175 gold pieces. Put it down in front of him.
He kind of looks at it. Well, you said you're on business with the mayor, did you?
Yes.
All right. I certainly remember you. And he hands you, takes your cash and hands you
Oh, you'll remember me.
hands you a greater healing potion.
Does he look exactly like the other
Oh yeah,
guy?
he looks exactly like the guy you've met and saw at your call. So the greater healing potion, Gozer, is 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. I made hard math for myself.
I'm gonna ask him, what's your cheapest magical item here? I'm on a pretty strict budget.
Well, some of the most common things here, we can go for maybe 50, 60 gold pieces.
Okay. What would I be looking at?
I'm going to be standing by the door with the door open, sort of watching and looking out on the street.
You're tapping your toe impatiently that Falzarin's shopping around.
I'm visibly uncomfortable with this situation.
Can someone remind me, Gozer, when you drank Grung's health potion, what dice did you get back? Do we remember?
No.
Okay, I don't remember.
I think it was like a regular. I think it was 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, it wouldn't have been anything bigger than that. So he kind of pulls out this brooch. Well, you, my friend, you look like a man of the sword here. This here brooch.
Don't mind her.
Gozer's laugh.
I kind of puff my chest up a little bit.
I kind of nudge him with my shoulders.
I almost fall over.
This here brooch, when worn, can make you a mighty more intimidating to folks you may need to intimidate.
Okay.
I grab it out of his hand and say, how much?
This one for you. I'll let it go for 50 gold pieces.
Well, what about Gozer? I was hoping to buy that from him, maybe.
Well, it seems like we have a good old-fashioned bidding war.
I'm going to put down 50 gold pieces. I'm going to put it on Thuft.
It seems bidding is closed. and he takes your 50 gold.
I know better than to get into a bidding war.
Leland, is there anything that catches Bryn's eye?
Let's see. What kind of thing?
Specific to me.
How does it always happen that the wizard comes into a magic shop wanting to buy something?
Well, so I'm specifically
everybody
thinking
but him
about
gets
that
a
safe
good deal.
in Blake's office. Thinking about that safe. I'm thinking about. Let me think of all the other situations.
Are you thinking about waiting your turn?
Hiding. I'm proficient in a disguise kit or a poisoner's kit.
Well, I think I have just the thing for you, little missy.
Here we now we're talking. And I just look at Falzarin and I puff my chest out.
I shake my head and put my face in my palm.
Palm in your face, or your face in your palm?
Yeah. Hold my hand out and put my face down in it. Just crestfallen that my fellow adventurers continue to give me the shaft, so to speak, whenever it comes to magic items.
Did Falzarin ever identify our arrows? Those fanged arrows? Like, fully identify them?
Yes, I did.
No.
No, I didn't.
You did
Not
not
on
fully
Mike.
identify
Not
them.
on Mike. Possibly, I mean, you could maybe have done it during a rest or something.
Maybe.
But if he did, he didn't share any information with you.
I was thinking about asking this guy about those arrows. The shop owner.
Oh, like you want to show them to him?
Yeah, either show them to him and, like, if I don't like what they do, I could, like, barter with them type thing.
Right. Okay, you want to try to sell them? Sure, absolutely.
Maybe.
He said he's in the business of selling.
Well, he said,
Selling, not
You
thieving.
can
well,
try.
he's not thieving,
Okay.
but, you know.
I guess he has to get magic items somewhere.
He's got to restock.
Yeah, I have 3 arrows.
So do you like want to show those to him as you're like
Yeah,
asking
so-
him for something interesting?
Yeah, so as I, like, kind of describe, you know, the things I'd be interested in, I say, have you ever seen anything like this before? And I drop one of the arrows down in front of him.
He turns back as he's kind of rummaging around.
And I say,
through it,
careful,
yeah.
careful, don't stick yourself with it.
Looks at it. Well, this thing's got fangs.
Yeah.
Now, I see that longbow on your back and these arrows.
Uh-huh.
Are you willing to part with these arrows?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me exactly what they do. And I only showed him one. He doesn't
Right.
know I have
I
2.
look over at Bryn and kind of raise an eyebrow, and I kind of say to her, "You wanna tell me that you don't know what they do, and you're willing to take this guy's word for it?"
I mean, you weren't offering me any information.
He's holding all the power in this deal.
Well, sir, I take offense to that. I'm an upstanding businessman.
Actually, I seem to recall last time I did business with you.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Now, this arrow. Now, I don't have anything in inventory quite like it myself, but I have seen similar items. Well, it seems this bad boy, once recovered after use, allows you to maybe heal it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. So what do you mean recovered after use? Like I take it out of the victim?
Well, yeah, a successful hit. Once you see this little hollow shaft here, if it
Yeah.
it fills up with healing power, and the damage dealt will be the damage healed.
Oh, all right. So I just say, thanks, and I grab the arrow and put it back in my quiver.
Okay. Now, I do have an item that may interest you. Could go quite nicely with those with those
All right.
arrows.
Sounds good. What you
Pulls
got?
out a longbow.
Okay.
And kind of plucks it off the kind of armor rack behind him. It's like this laminated like yew made of yew and like hickory, and you can see there's kind of these silvered runes inscripted on it. Well, this here is a bow of the wood elf.
Wood elf, you say?
I say wood elf. I say wood elf. So this bow, it's a +1 bow, so it's +1 to damage and attack rolls. And while you're using it, it gives you advantage on stealth checks.
Ooh. So, how much for this bow, buddy?
Well, this one, I will admit it's not the rarest item we have in the shop. So I think I could let this one go for maybe 400 gold pieces.
How much damage does this bow do? Can I tell by looking at it?
So again, it's a +1, so it's the damage is it's still
just a
it's
longbow?
still a D8. So basically it'll be yeah, it's just a longbow. So a D8 +1 plus your dexterity modifier, right?
The same as what you're using right now, plus the extra
But it's
benefits.
a +1 to attack and damage.
And damage, yeah.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
And I have to have it like out using it for the stealth. You're saying?
You have to like it requires attunement. So yeah, if you're attuned to it, you get that benefit.
Okay, so I would get +1 to stealth just for carrying it.
Well, yeah, once you attune to it, absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it just says while attuned. So
So I look over and I'm like, I don't know, buddy. Like 400's quite steep. I already have a bow here. Is there any way I could turn in this bow for a discount on that bow? You know, a bow for a bow.
well, is that bow you have there on your back magical? This is magic after all.
Yeah, but I don't have a use to carry around 2 bows.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have any use for a non-magical weapon. It's not what my clientele comes to look for. Well, you could maybe go down the street and sell it at the local the regular weapon shop, and maybe come back with the profit you made from that.
Don't you need weapon to make it magic?
Well, I certainly don't make magic weapons.
I look over at Gozer. I'm like, you want to go to the weapon store?
Always.
All right, so keep keep that bow on a rain check. I'll be back.
Are
And,
you guys done yet here? Is it my turn?
You can have your turn. Gozer and I are gonna go to the weapons.
Okay. Alright, so Gozer and Bryn, you kind of leave the shop. Shaft,
Yeah.
you still just cool, chilling by the door, just kind of like...
Yeah, I'm gonna let Falzarin do his thing, and then I'm gonna have a little talk
Alright.
with the magic guy.
All right. Now that those two are gone, how about we get back to talking about something for me that's not going to be swiped out of your hand by someone much bigger than me?
Well, and judging by your price range, and if past shopping experiences are anything to go on, you certainly are really only in the market for trinkets.
Well, I've got some business coming up that may make me a bit wealthier, but at the moment, my budget's, not too great. I'd be happy to get something fancier next time.
Well, sure. If you'd like to come back, we're always open.
I suppose there's a possibility I might have something you'd be interested in. It is magical.
Oh, I am intrigued.
I reach into my bag and pull out this book that we picked up in the cave, the Manual of Flesh Golems.
Yeah, okay. Well. How the hell did you get your hands on this?
It probably doesn't make any difference for your purposes where it came from. It's a magical item.
Well, as I said, I am not in the business of thieving, and that includes buying hot goods.
I see.
Now, I'm willing to take you at your word, but I just need you to tell me that this was not stolen.
I would not try and sell something that I had stolen. In fact, I'm not the type to steal things either. So I wouldn't even have something that was stolen to sell.
Roll a deception check. And I may not have had you roll deception until you said, I'm not the one to try and steal things. Because really, you found the book in a cave. I mean...
That's true. Thankfully, I rolled a 19.
Yeah, boy.
Well, and he gives you that patented magic stare down. I like the cut of your jib, son. I believe you to be trustworthy. I think we can do business.
Cut-a-yo, Jim.
I forget your name.
Well, I don't believe I ever gave it.
I'm Falzarin. Nice to meet you.
And I'm the owner of Magic.
Well played.
Now,
name is Owner?
I will
Touché.
tell you, not to come across as rude, but there's mighty powerful magic in the name, and I'm not quite willing to freely give it.
That's fair. Here's the deal. I'm willing to part with this, but I'd kind of be interested in knowing what I might be able to get in exchange for it. Gold is a means to an end for me. I'm not too worried about how much you're going to sell it to me for. I want to know what you'll give me in exchange, and we'll see if we can come to a deal.
Well, I think maybe a swap could be arranged. Now again, I don't know. Would you have any type of effect in mind? Maybe it's something to help you travel a little lighter. Something to. Hey, I still have that bag of holding sitting around for you.
Wait, I thought we hadn't met before.
Well, I certainly did not say that.
You think it's a fair swap? This is a very, very, very powerful book here. I know enough to know that it's more powerful than I can use.
Well, yes. I certainly am no cheat. So my daddy always rose me to say, don't you be a cheat. You be anything else, but you don't be a cheat. And yeah, you're right. Simply a single bag of holding, not quite measured up for a straight swap. So how about 2 bags of holding?
I don't know that I need 2 of them.
Well, I mean, it's certainly more than just you traveling, is it not? You came in here with 4 other folk.
That is true. A few days ago, I may have been feeling a bit more generous towards my companions, but they haven't proven to be the most helpful when I'm in dire situations. So, you said a bag of holding went for 500 gold. Is that right?
That was the asking price, you're right.
What about a bag of holding and 500 gold instead of 2 bags of holding?
Well,
Actually, on second thought,
Well, so you're flipping me right upside down with all these deals you're trying to offer.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. How about I put some of that 500 gold towards a health potion?
Wow, I think that can be arranged, my friend. So, what kind of health potion would you be looking for?
Well, what does 500 get me in healing?
500 is going to get you a superior healing. And so superior healing is 8d4 plus 8.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit too strong for my blood.
It's a little overkill, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, listen here with that 500 gold pieces. I mean, I could straight up just give you 10 standard healing potions that fit very nicely in that bag of holding.
That's not a bad idea. I have been known to need healing.
Everybody needs a little essential healing once in a while.
That's true.
Can I get that feeling?
When I get that feeling.
I think we've got a deal.
Woohoo! Hot damn! I love the good bargain. And
Okay.
he kind of bends down beneath the counter and pulls out this leather satchel. It's it's not very large. It's a little larger than what a coin purse would be, but easily slung out on your belt. And excuse me for 1 second while I just duck into the back and get into the overstock of my inventory. And he kind of goes into a door that's kind of behind this counter, and you hear him kind of ruffling around and the clinking of glasses, and he brings out this crate full of these vials of your 10 standard healing potions.
What do these healing potions do?
These are 2d4 plus 2.
Hopefully that book wasn't part of the plot.
Yeah, you may have just signed this magic owner's death warrant.
Yeah, Isabella's gonna come stomping through here.
Well, the owner can.
And I just told him my name. Idiot.
Now, so how about you, young sir over there by the door? Can I interest you in anything?
So I walk in and I go, hey, Falzrink, you go check on the others?
Yeah, you want me to keep watch at the door, or you want me to go catch up with Gozer and Bryn?
No, just go outside there and make sure everything's cool. Keep an eye out for Isabella.
Okay, that's fair. I kind of give him a little glance at the corner of my eye as I walk by, but I go out.
I walk over as he walks out. I sort of put my hand on his back and then I shut the door. And is there a lock on the inside?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna lock it.
Now there, young, and I will have to warn you, there are security measures in place in my shop. You,
Not a problem. I just didn't want anybody else to walk in while we were talking.
why don't you go ahead there and then flip the open sign to closed?
Closed. I do. And I walk over to him and I go, now, this is not something I would just sell to anybody. So I pull out the scimitar and I lay it down on the table, and I'm going to go, a person of your intelligence and a magic shop owner knows what you're looking at here, right?
Why?
I mean, you can pick it up. You can pick it up.
And he does. And he examines it. Well, it seems you have an enhanced scimitar on your hands.
Yeah, not just any enhanced scimitar. This gives you additional powers when you kill someone with this scimitar. I can't go into any other specifics than that, but I'm looking for two things. And if you have one of those two things, we have a deal. If not, the scimitar goes back with me, and we never talked. I'm looking for some goggles of night.
And the second thing?
Well, I'm going to start there. Do you have any of those?
Well, I don't believe I quite have goggles of night.
If you know what those things do, is it allows you to see in the dark. You know, sort of like the elves and such.
Right. Okay. Let me consult my inventory list. I mean, we have plenty of items here.
The secondary item, just in case, so to save you some time, are some boots that would make me move a lot faster. Say almost twice as fast as I do now. Speedy boots.
Okay. Well, we have pleny of armor options as well. So let me.
Not interested in armor.
Let me consult the
just
list.
those two things.
Well, I mean, a set of boots. You understand what I say?
I'll say. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm putting down.
I hear what you're pitching here, buddy. But let me tell you, this scimitar here is worth more than both of those things.
Well, I think I'll be the judge of that.
Well, I mean, I don't have to make the deal. I'm perfectly fine picking this scimitar up and walking out.
As am I fine with you doing just such.
Ooh.
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
So he runs down his list and...
Well, I am afraid that these goggles, the one singular item I have is spoken for, but I do have some boots of movement that you may be interested in.
And how are those different than the thing that I'm asking for?
Well, I think they're quite similar, but these boots of movements allows you to cast the expeditious retreat spell.
This is something so it's a spell like a thing I can just say. Is it a verbal thing?
Yes. It takes an activation word. You see these boots, they have 3 charges per day. Regain charges, of course, at dawn, as these items in particular are wont to do.
So the expeditious retreat spell, when you cast it, if you were to use it, it would just allow you to dash as a bonus action, basically.
But it doesn't prevent opportunity attacks, or it still wouldn't prevent an opportunity attack. It just gives me dash.
Right. But you could, disengage and dash in the same turn.
Aha.
Yeah.
Sounds handy.
They're nice. I'm not gonna lie, they are nice, but I was really hoping for. You sure you don't have any goggles? I mean, you said they were spoken for, or what? I mean, everything's negotiable, right?
Well, yes. I mean, I suppose I would have to refund the down payment that's already been made on it, but let me take one more look at this scimitar you speak of.
Yeah, take your time. You have about, 10, 15 minutes before I gotta get the hell out of here.
Well. And he kind of, wheels it and kind of waves it around in the air a little bit. Now, I see, it appears you've already attuned to this item. Now, are you currently under the benefits of the magics of this weapon?
I have used it, yes.
Interesting.
That's why I know its value.
Of course. And may I ask how you procured this item?
You can ask.
I see. Well, I think we may be able to have a deal here. You sure you don't want these boots, though?
The boots are really nice, and, if you want to give me both for the price, I think that would be a fair trade.
No, I'm afraid you don't get both of them. You can choose either or, but I've already been half paid for these goggles. Why would I give you both items? That's insanity.
All right, I'll take the goggles. Here's the scimitar.
All right, I can do that. And he goes back into his room and ruffles around a little bit and comes out with a pair of these goggles. There's 2 kind of circular lenses and a leather strap connecting the 2.
Okay, I'm gonna put them on, and I'm going to pull my sort of cloak over top and see if I can see my hands as I would expect it to work.
Well, young sir, you are going to have to attune to those before you get the benefits of it.
I see.
But there's always a money-back guarantee. Magic.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what. Do I have some kind of receipt here, something you can give me that will give me the ability to return this, so you and I have an agreement that I'm going to get something of the same value if I come back and that scimitar's gone?
Ah, I see.
And like a credit.
Of course,
if these
stole credit. And yeah, he writes you up kind of a little like a sales slip kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Basically with some notation of the value that he received in exchange for this item, as it was more of a trade. So, yeah, you now have a record, and he kind of pulls out a little magic stamp and stamps the back of this thing. Now, this here, my private seal, though. No forgery ever found, ever believed. This here, the genuine deal.
And I assume this exchange is good at any magic store. throughout Aspara.
Any outlet you've come upon. Yeah, we're everywhere in Aspara.
Perfect. I put it in my pocket, and I walk over to the door, turn it back to open the door up, and say, "Nice doing business with you, buddy," and walk out.
All right, so let's go to Brennan Gozer. You've found, it's only a couple buildings down. You've found weapons.
All right. So yeah, we walk up and I go to the guy at the counter.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, hello. How are you? And it's like this little gnome kind of sitting on this stool. What can I do for you?
I'm alright. I'm interested in upgrading this longbow. And I take out my longbow.
Well, it's a fine-looking weapon, but as far as upgrades go, I don't believe I have anything to offer you.
Do you take,
Would you prefer a crossbow?
No, not really. Do you buy, weapons?
Yes, of course. Would you like to sell this?
Just curious how much this weapon would get me.
Well, it certainly looks used.
Gently used, gently.
I suppose I could give you 30 gold pieces for it.
Oh, gosh, 30, that's it?
Well, yes, it's just a standard longbow.
Yeah, well,
I'm afraid they don't retain their resale value very well.
yeah, obviously, wow.
It's like, as soon as you drive that horse off the lot, price goes down 25%.
I look over at Gozer and I say, that doesn't seem like a fair price.
You'll give her 50.
I could maybe do 35.
You'll give her 50.
I can tell by your tone that you're not very enthusiastic about this bargaining we're striking up here.
You give her 50.
Are you intimidating?
Yes.
Go for it. Roll me intimidation.
Yes. Thanks, Gozy.
Don't thank me yet.
Oh, no.
10.
Oh, gosh. Middle of the road.
Oh, wait, I have Thuff with me and he has that on that brooch of
He
it.
does
Yeah.
have the brooch, yeah.
Thuft, please. How much is a longbow to purchase in the first place? I don't think it's much. 100 or something?
No, it's like 50 gold pieces. Like you're getting pretty close
It is
to full.
50? Oh, wow.
It is 50,
okay.
yeah.
The wood elf longbow is magical? That's how it's the plus one. Okay.
So Thuff is sporting this brooch. He's kind of pinned it to his leather armor here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you listen to King. You give us 50 gold for this.
He, clenches his fists and shakes them in the air as he tries to do an intimidation check. So, he gets so wearing the brooch gives a +2 to your intimidation check as long as it can be seen and it's visible.
Yeah.
So he actually rolls a 17 on his
Yes.
intimidation
Yes,
check.
I love you, Theft.
Oh, well, okay. Could I ask you, Mr. Goblin, please, to step outside of the store? Yes, 50 gold pieces for the longbow.
All right. I put it down on the counter. Put my hand out for the gold.
Yes, here you go. And he kind of, pushes a button on this register and pulls out 50 gold and hands it to you.
All right. I take the gold, and I give Thuft a high five.
Yeah. Stuff good. Stuff do good.
Yeah, I'm like, you're coming with me to magic.
King? What do I do? Am I going, King?
Gozer, do you want anything before we go back to the magic store?
So I have a shield now I can't use because of my great axe. I need something that's one-handed.
Right. You could get a battle axe. Battle axe is 1d8 slashing and it's versatile. So if you did want to throw your shield aside, you could wield it for a d10 instead of a d8 with both hands.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna take my great axe off my back and put it on the counter and say, "Battle axe."
Are you looking
Push
to...
the axe. Yeah, push the axe towards him.
Are you looking to exchange?
Yes.
Yes, of course. That's quite a fine weapon you have there. We can certainly arrange an exchange.
And he hops off his stool and walks over to this wall rack and pulls off this kind of shiny, like brand new looking battle axe and lugs it over to you and kind of plops it back up on the counter for you.
Okay, what kind of weapon does Thuft use?
A short sword.
Can he use two?
I suppose he could, yeah.
Okay, I go short sword for him too.
For him. Oh, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, right away.
Where would one sell gems for money?
You would like probably like a jeweler or a jewelry shop or maybe
Okay.
like a.
Or you could spend your gems instead of money if you know how much they're worth and they're easier to carry
I
around.
don't
than a
know
whole
how
bunch
much
of
they're
coins.
worth. And I stashed more money away than I probably should have.
Shaft is gonna blow a gasket here.
Why?
So he
If we need to make a third
pulls
stop.
this
Oh, okay.
pulls this short sword and gives it to you, Gozer, and he kind of shies away from Thuft.
Just, please, on the house, you know. If that concludes our business with you, Mr. Goblin.
Good, done. And I take the short sword over to Thuft and say, now you have two.
Wow! Thanks, King! Thuff never get present before.
I gave him the brooch.
Oh yeah.
Just
Thuff never get
before.
2 presents before.
You didn't even acknowledge when I gave him
No,
the
he
brooch.
didn't.
I look over at Gozer, I'm like, can I use stuff to help me at magic?
Thuft, you want to go?
I go where you go, King.
We go.
Yeah, come on, buddy. We're friends.
As you leave, you see Falzarin kind of meandering down the street, coming towards you.
Say, hey, where are you guys going? Did you already
Thuff
get
got
some
shining
weapons?
sword. Thuff got shining sword and brooch. Shinies.
Oh, wow. That's looking pretty nice on you, Thuft.
Yeah, man, Thuft's the best.
Thuff is
Thuft and I
best.
are gonna go back and see, the owner.
The owner. Oh.
Yeah, the owner of Magic.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get my wood elf bow. Right, Thuft?
Sure.
You know, Gozer intimidate too.
Okay, all right, yeah. You guys both come. Let's.
It's okay, King. King, you don't need to do that stuff. Thuff can handle it.
Gozer intimidate, and I backhand Thuft.
Sorry, King.
Guys.
You're very
It's all
scary.
good. I just kind of motion and we walk towards the store. I'm like, come on, you two, come on.
Yeah, and you kind of get there as you're reaching for the door. Kind of Shaft comes running out of it.
Okay, it's time to get the hell out of here. Let's go.
I kind of need to buy something.
What?
I sold my longbow. I want to get this magical longbow.
I push
So-
past Bran and I walk in the door and I shove Shaft out of the way.
They're gonna help me intimidate the guy real quick. It'll be fast.
Longbow, now!
Roll an intimidation.
Oh yeah, that's much better. That is a 21.
Yeah, girl.
22.
Well, yes, of course. I have a waiting for here right here.
I pound on the desk, just for good measure.
Please, the furniture in here is not quite as sturdy to handle your might.
I look over at Thuft and I say, what was the price of the longbow again?
350 gold pieces.
I look at Thuft and I say, does that sound like a fair price?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to double check?
Okay. Hey, King, does that sound fair?
Fair price. Gozer intimidates too.
Well, yes, and I think I have given you a fine discount.
Bryn pays $350.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And we walk out.
Yeah, we walk
and what
out and
time-
I'm like,
what time of night is it?
geez, Shaft, hold your horses.
Yeah, I think from getting from the church to here and all your dealings, like maybe another 40, 50 minutes have gone by. So it's getting on. The sun's maybe you can kind of see a bit of it still above some of the tallest buildings, maybe in the city here.
Sleep time.
Sleep where?
Gozer's chest is all puffed up and she's swaggering around because she intimidated.
You know what? I'm fine with that. Where you guys want to stay? You want to find an inn?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Easily findable. Again, you can kind of ask for directions somewhere, like a passerby.
So as we're walking, I say, Shaft, you seemed pretty worried about Isabella showing up here, and I thought you wanted to get out of the city.
I do want to get the hell out of here.
So why do we want to stay at an inn?
The only thing I can think right now is the safest place to be is probably in town. At least it's surrounded by guards.
Right. Does Bryn see any jewelry stores on her way to the inn?
Yeah, I would say you probably pass one. It may be getting a little late, and they're closed up.
Yeah, that's okay. I just want to take a mental note of that.
Sure. And you kind of get directions to the Jiminy Eagle.
Jiminy Eagle. I like it.
Hey, Falzarin, you know that rock again. Are we closer to the north side of town now? You said we went north.
Yep.
To magic.
Yeah,
Hey, try your rock.
You think we're a little bit
Try
closer
your,
now?
Well, I mean, give it a shot.
Okay. So I pull it out. I do what I did last time, kind of, try and reproduce what I felt when I was talking to Dr. Good last time.
And you kind of wait again another few seconds go by, and it's almost like in your head you again kind of feel like that vibration, and you get a response from Isabella Good.
Isabella, is that you?
Hello, Falzarin. Oh, my goodness. Twice in one day.
Is this all in his head?
This is in his head, yeah.
So we can do like when somebody's talking on the phone and you don't want the other person to know they're there. I can give them like the, yeah, okay.
Give me the hand motions, like, do what we agreed to.
But so remember, though, Falzarin is not speaking either.
He's just thinking.
Right. I'm looking at him going, is it working? Is it working?
Am I able to make facial
nod your head up and down.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to nod my head and, like, point at Shaft. Like, yeah, it's working.
Can she hear me?
I can't talk right now, can I? While I'm communicating with
I'm
Isabella.
gonna say, that's a good question. I would keep it to loose, maybe a word or two.
Sure.
Like I would
Yes
string
and no
together
type
many.
thing.
Those thoughts may come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell her we're going to Victor. Tell her we're headed
So
to Victor now.
I'm gonna vigorously nod my head up and down, and then kind of put my hand up and be like, just relax, type motion to Shaft.
Falzarin, are you there? Are you there still?
And it sounds, like how like a really long distance phone call may sound
Yeah.
like.
Crackly.
It's kind of crackly, a little like quieter than it really should.
Okay. I'm gonna say sorry, Isabella. I think we're kind of at the outer limit of how far this token can reach. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can just mildly make you out, but don't worry, I'm on my way to Goldum.
Hopefully you can hear me long enough, and I kind of make a sound in my mind.
In my mind.
And I say, I just wanted to quickly let you know, you won't be able to meet us if you come to Goldum because there's been a change of plans and we're headed to Victor. We're on horses, so we're not going to be too long getting there.
You're going back to Victor? My goodness, why would you want to go back to that illness-racked city?
Isabella, are you there? You're cracking up.
Yes, I am still here. You remember, I invented this.
Can I roll for deception, or?
Absolutely try.
You can try.
I'm gonna have you roll a disadvantage though.
You gotta roll twice.
Well, it probably doesn't matter if I roll twice.
You rolled a 20.
I rolled a 20 on the second roll. First roll was a 6.
All right, so a 6 it is, unless you have any bonus to your deception. No.
I don't have any deception bonus now.
Falzarin, why do you not want to speak to me? Why are you why are you being so distant?
Do you mind if I call you Izzy? I feel like we're good friends.
Wait, yes, of course. Can I call you Can I call you Mr. Abs?
Oh gosh.
I mean, I guess if you want to. I'm glad you noticed. I've been working out. But that's beside the point. You know, I think you know I'm a pretty polite guy. I don't like to offend people. I'm sorry about that earlier, but I'm in a kind of a awkward situation with some other people, and I think they're going to catch on that I'm, you know, ignoring them. So I didn't want this conversation to last too long, and I'm too polite to say that. So I was, you know, I'm sorry about that earlier. But I really do have to get going. I just was hoping I could quickly let you know that if you want to meet us, there's been a change of plans. Do you think you can make it? Do you think you can make it to Victor instead? Is that too far for you?
I can certainly make it to Victor. I mean, I'll tell you what. You can see my sister in Victor, and you wait there for me, in case I'm prolonged.
Oh, who's your sister?
Well, she runs one of the trio shelters there.
Oh, that's great. What's her name? Should I ask for her?
Her name is Jessica.
Okay. Great. Well, like I said, Izzy, I gotta go, but you be safe. Safe travels.
And you as well, Mr. Hobbs.
I make like a kissing sound.
Oh gosh.
Now, is that in your mind, or is that
Yeah,
the
do
way
we
it
get
is
to
on
hear
the
it?
outside for us to
Well,
see?
I try to replicate that in my mind as best I can.
Well, are you still talking to her?
I assume that I can kind of hang this thing up.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Shaft. I think it worked. I had to turn on a little bit of the old Falzarin charm to
Oh dear God, we're
to
gonna
really
die.
sell it. What do you mean? Have you not seen my abs?
Okay.
You
That's
have
true.
abs?
I don't know where this is going,
Oh,
but
dear.
You know
Look.
have abs goes or have abs. And I pound on my stomach.
That is true, Gozer. I think Izzy's more into folks like me though, and I think it may have worked. Either that or, you know, she's trying to play me just as much as I'm trying to play her.
She trying to play you.
Probably. But I told her what we agreed upon, what the plan was, that we're on horseback heading back to Victor. So, as far as I can tell, she's not coming here.
that might have bought us some time.
She also told me to meet her sister.
Where? Oh shit! Where's her sister?
Her sister apparently is in Victor, and her name's Jessica. You familiar with the Jessica? Works in the triage center. I don't know how.
Jessica Good.
Unless she's taken a new name, I would assume it's good.
I've never heard of Jessica Good.
Okay, well, something to keep in mind if we're back in Victor, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think we're going back to Victor anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think we might have bought a night or two. I don't think she's stupid. I think she's gonna see right through this. So here's what I think we should do. We should rest for the night under assumed names.
Yep.
Then let's go out, camp outside of this zone where we need the box, and try to see if any of these cultists or these paladins wander off. Then we take them out, get their boxes, and we go and shut these towers down.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
So let's get something good to eat, and then rest for the night.
Yeah. Do I have to attune to this longbow?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was wondering.
Well, you can do that in your room before you bed down.
Yep. Sounds
Oh.
good.
I'll do the same with the goggles.
While we're doing all the eating and whatnot, I am going to say, Bryn, what you'll get in Mayor's box.
Oh, where are we right now talking about this?
I assume you went into the Jiminy Eagle, and you guys have kind of got a table.
We're in the
Yeah.
Jimny Eagle.
Yeah.
No one can hear what's going on.
It's
Now we're in the back corner.
It's very crowded though. Like again, it's like you know like a lot of people. Like everywhere you go is going to be more crowded than it.
I walked in and walked over to the back corner and the most secret table.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that there is.
You're
And
certainly
if anybody was sitting there,
you
I
force your
told
way.
them to get
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, so
absolutely.
we're at the most secret table. Is Falzarin and Shaft there as well?
yeah.
No,
I would
they don't
assume so.
accept half elves or halflings.
Yeah.
You don't into the
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so Gozer asks
Only
me.
half orcs.
No halfies. Oh, I'm
exclusive.
sorry. It goes, no halfies go through.
Leland, can I check to see if anyone's kind of listening to what we're talking about?
Yeah, you can all make me like a perception check if you'd like, of kind of surveying the room.
Yeah.
11.
15.
14.
10.
Yeah, it's just very crowded. It's difficult for you guys to even really like speak to like almost hear each other, like even right next to each other, right? So you do have to speak a little louder than you normally may want to as well. But it seems like, everyone's having a good time despite what's going on in the city. You kind of get this sense that really, what else is everyone going to do? They're kind of coming here to try to and forget about their current situation. So they may be, they're certainly more concerned about just enjoying themselves and just trying to get some modicum of peace of mind in the trying times of this city.
So I look back right at Gozer and I say, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know. That Blake Lakely guy's weird.
Yes.
This was not what I expected. I was hoping for maps, schematics, another cube or something. And all I found was these 6 smooth stones. And I pull out the cloth bag, Leland.
Yeah.
With the stones. And I kind of like pass them around under the table between the 4 of us. And then I place the carving of the badger on the table as well.
So you've passed them. You're sharing this with everyone.
Yeah.
Not just Gozer.
Yeah.
Did these stones look like the one that Falzarin has?
Well, no, his is metal. It's not a stone.
The stones do look. They are clearly like a stone, but they do actually kind of seem. They seem a little like unnatural. Like they're unnaturally like smooth and kind of rounded. Like they're like, think of like the perfect skipping stone that you would pick up to try to throw across a body of water, right?
So after everyone's passing around, I'm like, yeah, I don't know why this guy was tucking away like paperweights and
So there's
little
stones
whittlings of wood. I don't
and
know.
a little badger.
It's a carving of a badger. Like I don't understand.
Do you mind if I hang on to one of these stones for a short while, see if I can learn anything about it, Bryn?
Sit here right now and identify both these. We got
I'll
20
try.
minutes.
Gozer's gonna pick one of the stones up and try and bite it.
Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't break. You can't bite it in half. It's a rock.
Just checking.
So what would you like to identify first?
I'd like to try the stones first.
Okay. So you take are you ritual casting, or are you just
Yes.
gonna burn a slot before you sleep here, or?
Remind me again.
Presumably.
Ritual casting takes how long?
It's just 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, let's just do that. I always think it's an hour for some reason.
Okay. I will tell you though, it will be evident to other people that you are like doing a ritual.
That's true.
Falzarin, just do whatever's fastest. We're about to go to bed. Come on.
You know what, Bryn? This is a pretty packed inn here, and I'm not sure that we can trust everyone around. Can you wait until we're in a room and we're bedding down for the night, and I can do it then?
We're bedding down for the night?
Well, I've already given my love to Isabella, so I don't want to lead you on at all.
So if he burns a spell slot, will everyone
bed
see?
down with you.
If he burns the spell slot, will everyone see?
Same thing, yeah.
Okay.
No. I think if you use the spell slot, it's like an instantaneous casting. So it would literally you just kind of being a hand gesture and saying.
That's what
saying
I was
the,
thinking.
The,
Okay.
the words.
Okay.
The words of it, right? As opposed to you like literally like sitting there. Think of you like sitting there for 10 minutes, like chanting or whatever the hell it is.
Right. Okay. Let's do that then. I'll cast Identify on the stone first.
So these are you found it's called a bag of barking stones. When they're deliberately thrown, a barking stone will activate once it lands and emits a loud dog-like barking and snarling noise, which lasts for 1d3 rounds and will echo if underground. Barking stones do not make noise while in the air or underwater. They can be recovered and reused, provided you can find them. which there's a DC to look for them. And a used stone recharges at dawn. So they're just, like a little distraction kind of thing.
Okay, so I reiterate that to Bryn, and then I'm going to use another spell slot for the Badger to cast Identify on the Badger.
Okay. This you hold in your hand, this crudely carved wooden figure that vaguely resembles the Badger. This is Bariat the Vicious. If you or any friendly creatures within 10 feet of you roll a natural 20 on an initiative roll, this totem transforms into a ferocious giant badger. So then Bariat would take his own turn on your initiative count and acts as your ally, defending you and your allies until death. After 1 minute, or if Bariat is reduced to 0 hit points, he reverts back to a wooden figurine.
Wow. Okay.
So you know that, and we don't.
Yeah.
I just want to state that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna tell Bryn.
You're gonna tell all of us.
Yep.
What happens? Okay, so Falzarin tells us everything that Leland just says, and I decide, okay, these seem to be pretty helpful items. I kind of want you to identify another thing that I forgot to tell you was in the box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, Bryn, I haven't really been all that adversarial thus far, but I'd like to just point out with you that I've been pretty straightforward anytime I've been able to offer help and assistance for you. Maybe you might want to rethink how you treat me in kind.
Okay, alright.
I feel the same way.
So,
I've always been up front.
So Bryn
I look
pulls
over
out
at Shaft to the corner of my eye and kind of give him a sidelong
Bryn
glance.
pulls out the vial of translucent liquid with the mini horse floating inside of it.
What? What?
Are you kind of passing around so everyone can look at it?
Yeah, and I'm like, identify it.
So I say to Bryn, well, my mom always told me that your deeds will catch up to you because, unfortunately, that was my last spell slot to be able to cast Identify, and I probably would have used one of those spell slots for this vial that you've just shown me.
How is the vial stoppered? How is it shut?
It's just got, it's like similar to like a healing potion, right? It's got like kind of a cork in it.
I grab the vial back and I say, let's move this party to the bedroom.
And I say, I'm not sure I know you that well, Bryn.
Stuff like the party.
Yeah, so I just propose,
down to
let's
party.
all go back to one of our rooms and be in private here. You can cast your hoodoo, voodoo, blah, blah, blah. Figure out what the heck this
Okay.
mini horse is.
That's fine.
I asked Bryn for the vial. I gestured for her to give it to me.
Alright, I give it to Gozer.
And I look at it and I pull the cork out and I smell it.
Gozer, careful. Let's let Falzarin,
I think it smells a little like hay.
let's let Falzarin identify this. So Gozer, just chill.
And Gozer,
I
now
wanna
that you have
taste
it,
it.
now that you have it, and you're kind of looking at it, you see this tiny little horse. Like it looks like it's like a sleeping horse, like no bigger than like a thumbnail,
Yeah, just don't.
floating in this like translucent liquid.
Look at little horse.
Gozer,
I can tell you
just
that
relax.
some of these potions can be pretty powerful, and you may not want to drink this without knowing what it is. It could hurt you.
I'll stop it, but I'm going to take it down to Thuff so he can see the little horse.
Okay,
Whoa!
let's
How'd
like I
he get in
said,
there? How'd the horsey get in there?
Thuft, we'll know even more about it. Let's just move back to my room.
Can Thuft have horsey? Can Thuft have horsey?
Sure.
Bridge horsey.
Honestly,
Oh, good,
I
good.
don't care.
You
Yeah, I hand it to him.
hand it
So
to him,
Thuft-
he's gonna start to drink it.
Oh no! Bryn grabs it from Thuft,
Okay.
stoppers it, holds it, and she's like, "Falzarin, let's go." And she
Oh, I
walks
thought
back.
that was Thuft's horsey.
Just Thuft, just hold on a minute. And then she walks out, and she's like, "Falzarin." She walks out to her bedroom to identify with Falzarin.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Have you guys each gotten a room, or?
Falzarin and I will share a room. It's fine. Let's go. We're not sharing a bed.
And Falzarin's making out like a
Listen,
fan.
we're not sharing a
It's
bed.
very
We're
kind
sharing
of you
a room.
to pay for the room tonight, Bryn.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, come in here. Shuts the door. Falzarin and Bryn are in the room.
Okay.
Hey, in case you didn't know, Falzarin, she is hitting on you. and you're doing well.
So, Shaft and Gozer, what are you guys...
Bryn
so,
can't hear that.
Falzarin's taking 10 minutes to cast. What are you guys doing in
Yeah,
this
10
minutes
minutes,
here?
yeah.
Gozer and Thuft, I guess, are just going to go to their room to go to sleep, but I'm going to barricade it and put traps up around doors and windows.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanna get a room that has a window facing out towards the street.
Okay.
If there's one available, and I'm going to be looking out the window as I try to take a little rest, but try to be aware part of the night. Looking out the window, make sure things are good.
All right, so your 10 minutes go by on your ritual there, Falsey and Bryn. So,
Okay.
Falzarin, you learn that this is an equinculus potion.
What the heck is
equine,
that?
you say?
Yeah, an equinculus. Equinculus? It's a portmanteau of equine and homunculus, I think, is what they're going
Oh, okay.
for. When you drink this potion, you immediately begin vomiting for 1 round. During this time, you vomit up a mucus-covered amniotic sac that rapidly gestates over the course of 1 round into a full-size adult horse. Using this potion draws upon your own energy reserves, causing you to suffer 1 level of exhaustion. The horse is tame, initially quite moist, and bonds with the first creature it sees as though it were its mother.
Okay.
So it's a one-time use.
It is, but you grow a horse. you birth a horse.
From your stomach.
Pretty much, yeah. You
It's been a
vomit up
while
the
since
horse.
I've taken an anatomy course, but it doesn't seem
weird.
right.
So
Okay,
Bryn,
so I tell Bryn that.
Does Bryn know? Okay.
Verbatim. I'm not going to withhold anything.
And then after not withholding anything, Bryn looks at Falzarin, bats her eyes and says, I found one more thing in the bag.
And I just shake my head in exasperation
I just...
and disbelief.
Listen, if any of these came back as, identified as really negative, I wanted to figure it out myself. But you seem to be really helpful tonight, and I'd really appreciate it if you identified this one last thing.
You know what, Bryn? I'm always eager to help, especially someone who I'm traveling with. But like I said, I want you to remember this. I'm not out to stab you in the back. We can be friends. There's no reason why you need to not be trusting.
Yeah, I'd really like it
of
if
me.
one day you could put my horse in your bag of holding.
Maybe. But I'm just saying, remember how I'm helping you out right now, and maybe
That was the weirdest
Is this some kind
sexual
of
euphemism I've ever heard.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Is this
really feeling
this isn't
uncomfortable.
the after party.
A horse in a bag of holding.
Let me put my tiny horse in your bag of holding.
I should have thought about it. Well,
So,
okay.
I'm just keep this tucked away in the back of your memory, Bryn, that I'm not out to get you. I'm a good guy. We can be friends.
So Bryn takes out the earplugs and hands them to him, sheepishly, sorry.
Earplugs. What are these?
They're
And she hands you these, and as she gives them to you. They these kind of like bone earplugs that feel much heavier than they should be. And you're going to identify these again.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
spend
so
another 10
during this,
minutes.
identify 10 minutes. So Gozer, you and Thuff just kind of down for the night now. Then
Yeah.
okay.
Oh boy.
Shaft, as you're kind of keeping watch out this window, why don't you roll me a perception check?
19.
So you don't see anything kind of strange in the street. It's almost full dark, but not quite. There's still a bit of light, but kind of down below. I imagine you're kind of on the second story, right? And
Yeah.
the streets, people are starting to thin out a little bit as the night is progressing, and people are finding a table in any inn they can kind of find. But kind of just comes streaking across the ground is this big shadow of something with a large wingspan. It just kind of ever briefly, you kind of catch a glimpse of this shadow just kind of fly across these people as they're just kind of milling about on the road. And you see a couple of people kind of look up, a little confused, and then kind of just going back to wherever they were walking to.
Okay, do I have any indication of what this might be?
Why don't you roll me a nature check?
Be a 11. I mean, I've seen something like this before.
Yeah, so you actually kind of recall, like, just kind of based on almost the size of this wingspan. I mean, yeah, it's difficult to tell something casting a shadow, but you kind of recognize it as being, wow, that looks very similar to like the size and like humanoid-y shape attached to these wings as the gargoyle that you fought so many days ago outside of that cave north of Zexa.
Okay, I'm going to be a little more vigilant and looking out the window. And one of the things I'm doing while I'm attuning to these goggles, so I'll put them on and see if I can see anything any better and that kind of thing. And I'm just going to keep looking out the window. If I see that shadow again, I am going to immediately go to Gozer's room.
Okay.
Question, Leland. While he's casting Identify in the room, can I be attuning?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay. And that takes an hour?
It does take an hour, yeah.
Okay. So I'd be like...
So, I would say by the end of Falzarin's second ritual, you're about 30 minutes into that attunement. Same with you, Chef, right? Like, as you guys had retired to your rooms. So, Falzarin, you learn that these items, it's called earplugs of the bullet. And they're like, these heavy earplugs, and they're made and smoothed and like filed from the teeth of a bullet. And like, so a bullet is basically a giant like burrowing beast, kind of like think of like a graboid, like Tremors, like a graboid with legs.
Yes. How do you spell that?
Bullette. May not even be the right way to pronounce that. I never known how to pronounce that one. But the effect is, while wearing these earplugs, you have tremor sense out to a range of 40 feet. But while you wear them, you are otherwise considered to be deaf. And tremor sense is just basically exactly as it sounds. You can detect and feel you're more attuned to feeling the vibrations in the ground. It would be a 40-foot radius around you. So you could potentially like perceive someone on the other side of a wall, or maybe on the other side of a building, but depending on how large it is, right?
But you're deaf.
But you are otherwise deaf, yes.
Do you tell me?
So I say, all right, Bryn, these are earplugs of the bullet, and then reiterate what they do and how they work. Do you want to put them in and see what happens? I guess she's not attuned to them yet, is she?
They do not require attunement, actually.
Why don't you give them a whirl?
Alright, I pop the bones in my ears.
I jump up and down on the ground and kind of like wave at her, and as if like pointing down at my feet. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
So you see his mouth moving, but you can't hear the words that came out of it, but you can almost like feel like reverberating up your body the shock waves from him jumping up and down. And even like, you can hear, maybe feel somebody like pacing around in the room next to you guys, right on either side of you. You can just detect like movement around you.
Alright, I pop them back out.
Did they work?
Yeah. You want to try?
Cool.
I still gotta attune to this longbow.
Yeah, I guess I'll try them for a minute if that's okay. I'm always eager to see how a new magical item works, so I do the same thing and basically...
Yeah, you kind of feel the same, like people in
around.
the occupied rooms kind of on either side of you. You can feel them
jump
kind
up
of
and
moving
down.
around. Yeah.
That's me jumping up and down.
I wasn't going to go there, but yeah.
It's a squeaky floor I'm jumping on.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel that motion of the ocean.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to get to resting because I need to rest. So what's this room like that we're in? Is there 2 beds or?
Did you inquire about a room with 2 beds?
I think Bryn probably would.
Yeah, I
if
did.
she knew
Yeah.
she was buying it for both of us.
So you can get this room with 2 beds for 5 gold for the night.
What?
Very generous of Bryn.
Unlike some of these other crap places you've been to, these accommodations are real nice. Like high thread count linen instead of this crappy scratchy cotton otherwise, and
5
beds
gold,
larger
Falzer.
than just a single kind of bed.
They don't call it Goldum for nothing.
Very nicely furnished as well.
All right, I'm changing my money count right here. Dang.
I say, Bryn, I may have helped you out, but I appreciate you shelling out the 5 gold for these very nice lodgings that we're staying in tonight. I'm going to sleep better than I've slept in at least 3 or 4 days. So I tuck into bed and
Better be.
try to start sleeping.
I want to finish attuning.
Okay, sure. You got maybe another 30 or so minutes.
Do I need to attune a bag of holding?
No.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm going to get sleeping.
Okay, and so Shaft, that last kind of 30 minutes kind of goes by, and now you are fully attuned to your goggles.
Okay.
As you put them on, they do like you now in like darkness. you want to do your hood kind of thing over again and try to test them out. They do like you see these grays, and you can clearly make out your hands, and you wiggle all your fingers and all 10 digits. You can see the goggles do seem to be functioning properly.
Perfect.
So why don't you make me another perception check now with these goggles on?
Let's see, what was that? That would be a 14.
So now, the sun is getting lower and lower in the sky. Maybe a little more difficult to make out any creeping shadows that may or may not even be cast. But you don't see any more flitting shadows across the street at all as you're keeping watch.
Okay. So I'll watch for another hour or so, and then if I still feel pretty comfortable that whatever that thing was that I saw before is not around, I'll go to sleep.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us. contact@incorrigibleparty.com or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!